A poor man lived in a small village, where every new day felt exactly the same as the one before. He woke up with an empty stomach, walked with tired feet, and went to sleep with an exhausted heart. He had no wealth, no status, and no one who believed he could ever become more than what he already was. Yet inside him lived a tiny spark, a quiet voice that refused to die. It whispered that life could change, that destiny could shift, and that even the smallest man could rise if he learned the right lessons. He began each morning reminding himself that circumstances were temporary, but character was permanent. He understood that poverty of the mind was far more dangerous than poverty of the pocket. So he made a promise to plant one seed of improvement every single day. Some days it was learning something new. Some days it was helping someone without expecting anything back. Some days it was simply choosing patience instead of anger. The village around him mocked his efforts. They believed change was a luxury given only to the lucky and the wealthy. But he believed change was earned by those who refused to quit. He chose consistency when others chose excuses. He chose discipline when others chose comfort. He chose growth when others chose routine. As months passed, his mind grew sharper, his heart grew calmer, and his vision grew clearer. He realized that greatness was not a sudden explosion, but a slow fire kept alive through resilience and self-belief. He learned that small habits shape destiny. He learned that character builds opportunity. He learned that life listens to those who listen to discipline. One harsh winter brought a famine to the village. People who once lived comfortably found themselves hopeless and afraid. But the poor man had spent years preparing his mind for hardship. While others panicked, he stayed steady. While others complained, he acted. He gathered those who were willing to work and taught them how to ration food, how to manage resources, and how to support one another. The villagers began to notice something unusual. The man they once ignored had become the only one who remained calm, organized, and wise. In every difficult moment, he found a solution. In every conflict, he found a way to create unity. In every hardship, he brought hope. His leadership grew naturally, not because he asked for power, but because he earned trust. People followed him because he protected them. They listened to him because he respected them. They admired him because he never gave up on them. His influence spread until he became the voice of courage in a village drowning in fear. When the famine finally ended, the village elders gathered to make a decision. They needed someone strong, disciplined, patient, and wise to guide the community into a better future. They could think of only one man who had proven himself through action, not words. The poor man, who once had nothing, was chosen to become the leader of the entire village. He accepted the responsibility with humility, knowing leadership was not a crown, but a commitment. He focused on rebuilding the village stronger than before. He created systems that protected the weak. He encouraged education for the young. He rewarded hard work and honesty. He transformed the village from a place of struggle into a place of opportunity. As years passed, the village grew prosperous, admired by everyone around it. Travelers came from distant lands seeking wisdom from the man who had risen from poverty to leadership. They called him a king, not because he sat on a throne, but because he ruled with compassion, discipline, and strength. He always reminded them that his rise was not luck. It was discipline. It was resilience. It was belief. It was the daily decision to grow even when no one was watching. He taught that greatness comes from building oneself long before the world recognizes it. He taught that real power comes from mastering the mind. He taught that leadership comes from serving others, not controlling them. He taught that a poor man becomes a king the moment he chooses character over comfort. In the final years of his life, he looked upon the village he had rebuilt healthy, happy, united, and he realized the truth that guided his entire journey. A man's circumstances never define him. His choices do. His habits do. His discipline does. He had once been the poorest man in the village. Now he was the richest in wisdom. He had once been invisible. Now he was unforgettable. He had once been ordinary. Now he was a king, not because of a crown, but because he transformed his mind, his character, and his destiny. His story spread far beyond the village and inspired countless people who believed they were stuck. It reminded them that life changes for those who refuse to remain the same. It showed them that even the smallest step forward can rewrite an entire future. It proved that anyone, no matter how poor, lost, or underestimated, can rise to greatness through consistency, discipline, and unwavering belief.